What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Singing the Tea. I am your host, Dustin Singer Actor L, and we're going to go ahead and jump right on into it. Sometimes we sing, sometimes we do all of the reality TV tea, but it's always going to be what you want, and it's always going to be what you need. And child, listen, we jumping into this episode of Married to Medicine, and baby, they had it going on. Tens across the board, darling. Tens, baby. This episode is why. This is everything about this episode is why I have always loved this show and why this is my favorite show on Bravo. I don't think people realize like how good Married to Medicine is. Like if you have not watched it, please get into it. You can start on this episode, hell, if you want to. Season 11, episode 5, let's jump into it. It's a 10, let's go. Baby, listen. The episode opens up with everybody getting ready to go to their photo shoot. Everybody, Toy had got the girls together. Toy made sure everybody looked right or as best as she could for the little resources that she had. But everybody was ready to take their photo. Some of the girls looked lovely, some of them didn't. But all of the women are beautiful. Everyone is beautiful. So I have to agree with Contessa when she said all of the girls are beautiful, including Heavenly. Now, she was shady as hell when she said that, but she's right. Everybody looked great. Now, if you had to rate who looked the best in their Cowboy Carter attire, who do you think it was? Now, for me, I have to give it to Jackie. Jackie looked ethereal. Jackie looked stunning. She looked great. Jackie, if I have to give Jackie like a title to a song, it'll be Hands to Heaven because she was real angelic in her white. So Jackie looked good. Um, Second best, I will say, I don't know. Qual looked good. Qual looked good. Simone looked great. You know what? I'll give number 2 to Simone because for Simone, she looked great. No notes for Simone. Quad always gets it right. Phaedra always gets it right. Now, now there are a couple of people who did not get it right. And let's go ahead and jump into it. So Sweet Tea looked bad. I'm sorry, y'all. Sweet Tea looked bad. The cutouts were it's weird because she got the outfit with cutouts, but it was baggy. Like Sweet Tea, no, ma'am. Like that was a no. That was a 100% no. You looked bad. Like it just did not look good. And it's crazy because I know Sweet Tea like often makes jokes about like how she's the young one in the group. Okay, if you are the young one, please stop telling people that because you ain't giving it. I'll just put it that way. You were giving the eye, but you are definitely missing the T. Proceed with all the caution, honey, because you definitely missing it. Now, somebody else who didn't look good, y'all, Contessa. I'm not gonna say she didn't look good. I'm not trying. Please don't think that this is me trying to shade Contessa. Maybe Contessa's like, because I know she's into like the fitness stuff. Contessa's like really little, like she's tiny now, and I don't know if and I hate to because I hate when people do this when I because I've and I know. Hold on, let me go ahead before I say this. I don't want no mess. I don't want no mess. I have lost some weight. Now hold on. I've always been a big girl. I've always been a pleasantly plump individual. So before y'all get in these comments and try to read, just remember I've always been big boned. I've always been backed. But baby, I've been on the scale. It's been on the big back or a medium big back. I'm more towards the medium side of the big back. I'm going towards that side. Hell, let me be real. I'm trying to go back up. But anyway, Contessa is really little, and I wonder if she's going out for like a fitness competition or something. And she's just not telling us, maybe, but she's just really little. But everyone for the most part looked really good. Now, Toya, you was doing way too much with this photo shoot. Now we were trying to have fun. We were trying to be light. You were doing too much. Just like Jackie said, you have an anal itch. Now, Jackie, I don't know about that. But Jackie said apparently some of y'all be having anal itches, and she said that's what it remind me of. So if this is what an anal itch is like, I don't want it, child. So while Toya working on everybody doggone nerves, Miss Shalea pulls up. Miss Shalea, sorry, I keep saying Shalea. Miss Shalea pulls up. I love her. I have been a fan of hers for a while. If y'all do not know, I am a Beyonce, if you cannot tell, Beyonce stan. I'm so ready to see what she's going to give us for Christmas and for the rest of our lives, darling. But she's a phenomenal impersonator. It's her, and then it's there were quite a few, but the ones that stand out to me that I'm like, oh my god, I love them. It's Miss Chalet, and then Riley Knox. Riley Knox is really, which, fun fact, if you don't know, Riley Knox actually makes a lot of the reunion looks and some of the confessional looks for the girls of Real Housewives of Potomac. But she's also a Beyonce impersonator as well. So just a little fun fact if you didn't know. But back to it, she was there to get everybody ready for the photo shoot. She was the inspiration, the muse, essentially, and she's helping the ladies, and she's giving Contessa some help because she needed. And I just keep saying that Contessa's lip is tiny. Listen, when Phaedra had said you can see both her lips, both sets, baby, I was not expecting that. It's like Contessa. I don't know what Contessa finna do. Y'all see, Party City is going out of sale. Baby, Party City is going out of business. What is Contessa gonna wear at the reunion, child? Contessa, maybe this is gonna actually force you to dress better because Party City is closing. Because we're sick of you coming to everything with these costumes. Come on now, you look good. You are too beautiful a woman to not dress the part. Step your fashions up a little bit. Now, with that being said, everybody's doing their photo shoot, and you would think that Toya would just go up there and kill it. Baby, Toya is struggling. She don't know her right from her left. She said, stick your hip out to the right a little bit. No, the right. Baby had to go and demonstrate for Toya. She didn't know which one was right, child. Going back to when Simone used to be on her ass about the education, child, but nonetheless, we're gonna keep on going. So after Toya struggles with her photo shoot, she gets behind the scenes as well, and she needs to get back into her directing bag, where she's failing at that too. But she's asking for Sweet Tea and Heavenly to take a photo together. She wants the denim girls in the picture. Now, Toya, you know you messy as hell, but we here for it, but baby, because this made for a good ass episode. So Heavenly was like, I ain't really trying to do it. So she was like, girl, put y'all differences aside, just jump in the damn picture. Y'all can take a picture. So honestly, it is crazy. Heavenly ate T up. That's another thing where I'm like, T, you let Heavenly eat you up in the photo shoot? Heavenly? T, girl, you gonna have to do something. You're gonna have to do something. Girl, do something. Pull hair, do something, girl. Because you was failing. And then, Toya, another thing too, Shalay, listen, Miss Shalay is trying to help you out. He's talking about, oh no, I got it. Toya, you don't have it. You don't have it. That's the issue. We keep trying to tell you, you don't have it together. But everybody came together to take a group photo. It ended up being wonderful. So there's that on that. It ended up being overall a success, even though some of the people did not look up to par. Now, as they are getting ready to finish the photo shoot, we're switching over to see the doctors, well, the dads and the fathers with the kids. Love seeing that. That's another reason why I love this show, is because we get to see the interactions from everybody on every aspect. And it starts off with Cecil and the boys. He's kind of teaching them how to cook at their apartment. I think the younger one still goes to school. Maybe both of them go to school still. But I was like, what do they do? And I promise y'all that's not a read. I'm not coming for nobody's kids. It's just like, it's what else do they do? It seems like all that we know from them is like they have this apartment and that they're going to school, and we don't know anything other than that. And it just kind of seems like they're living off their parents. From what they're giving us, I feel like they do more. I just would like to see more of. I honestly would like to see more of what they are doing, because I think the youngest one still plays ball in school and stuff too. So it would just be nice to just see a little bit more of like that side of them, instead of, because how it kind of comes off is we have these young black men who aren't sufficient. If y'all kind of get what I'm saying there. I'm not saying that they can't do things, but just like they can't cook, they can't clean up their house. Like, so it's kind of the narrative that we're painting for them. I don't really like it. So I want them to be put out there as strong, successful black men as well. And speaking of strong, successful black men, we switch over to Damon, and Damon has Zachary and our girl shopping. You know, we love Allure, we love Dr. Damon, we love to see him being a dad. Listen, I love me some Dr. Damon. And when Dr. Damon was having a conversation and they were looking for things for the kids because they were going off, Zachary's getting ready to move out of state for school. When he broke down, when Zachary said, you know, Dad, I want to be just like you. Yeah, when he broke, I'm gonna be honest, it touched me. Like, that was really, really powerful moment. And it's so good to see. Like, this is what's important. This is what matters. And that's what's important to that man, because that man loves his kids. He loves his family. And it was just really, really great to see that. So shout out to Dr. Damon and his kids. We love to see it. And then we see Dr. Eugene as well with his boys going to make cologne. Another thing that I loved. I loved seeing him figure out something that his kids loves and pouring into them and getting to know them on that aspect as well. It was really, really great to see that also. So really shout out to Eugene for helping his kids with the cologne. Love that. I'm a big cologne user. I love cologne. So if anybody's watching this, if you want to take me on a date, I would love to go and make cologne. Just putting that out there. For those who know, you know. But I love making cologne. I love cologne. So yeah. Now, something that I was just like, this is weird. But as a parent, well, I'm not a parent, but I feel like as a parent, you just have to prepare yourself for this. When Eugene and Toya were having a conversation about when the boys will start worrying about the birds and the bees, we'll just put it that way. And he was like, oh, maybe like towards the end of high school. And Toya was like, what? No, I feel like, and it just was weird. Like, why do you want them to do it earlier? Like, just, I'm with Eugene, like, just slow down on them. I understand that Toya was out there doing what she was doing younger, but slow down a little bit. Let them kids be kids. Don't rush them into that. But one last thing, when DrHeavenly was talking about, hell, they ain't never said they wanted to be like me. That shit was hilarious. It was so funny. But that's enough of that. It was really, really great to see all of that. So now, and I know it might seem like I'm going a little fast, y'all, because some of this is a little filler stuff, but it was good, but it was just fillers because we need to get to the end of this episode, baby. That's where the shit hits the fan. So that's what we finna hurry up and try to get to. So we see Jackie on the phone with Curtis, and we saw Simone on the phone. We saw Contessa on the phone with her daughters, but I feel like we got more substance from the conversation that Jackie was having with Curtis. And Jackie was just saying, like, hey, it seems like, and even Simone was saying this when she was on the phone with Cecil. The conversations between Simone and Quad have been real surface, like they're just keeping it real light. They're not going into it because we know how Simone can get, and we know how Quad can get. Good God, we know how MsQuad can get. But when we were talking about Contessa, Heavenly, and T, when it comes to Heavenly, you already know how she is. You already know how she's going to go. And I agree with Jackie. When it comes to Heavenly and Contessa, both of them are so hard-headed when it comes to this situation because can it be a situation that they can move on from? Yes. Do I think that they'll ever go back to where they were? No, because too much time has passed. But I think that there is value in that friendship. But somebody gotta take the bull by the horns and move on. And I'm gonna be honest, Tessa, you're gonna have to be the one that lets it go. It seems like it doesn't bother Heavenly as much as it bothers Contessa, which we'll get into that a little bit later. So as they're getting ready for dinner, it was funny. It had the girls are getting ready for the dinner. Everybody stepping out. So wait, I ain't like that outfit that you had on. You ain't asked me for my opinion, but I decided to tell you. But everybody's getting on their little golf cart and heading to dinner. And baby, we're gonna have to give it to Toya. Say what you want. I don't know what Toya to me has been. No, Toya has always been activated, and Toya has always been that girl. It's three people. Well, I feel like it's an ensemble cast, but I feel like Heavenly, Quad, and Toya get this show moving. Like they are working, baby. They are working to keep the lights on over there at the Married to Medicine house because, baby, they had it going on, and I loved every ounce of it. But when Toya makes it to the dinner, and they all over there. And Toy was like, "Oh, look at you, Heavenly and T. Y'all matching again. Ooh, I know y'all have so much in common. Y'all have a lot in common." Heavenly just looked and just went on over because T started saying something a little slick. Heavenly just took a sip of her drink and walked on off, which we appreciated that, Heavenly. But Heavenly, you walked your ass back. Toya still was just doing this. Oh yeah, y'all have a lot in common. And do we feel like they have a lot in common? I think that there are certain aspects of them that are familiar, but I don't know if they have a lot in common. But I feel like if they were to, ooh, y'all got an eyelash in my eye. Hold on. We're gonna keep on pushing, but good God. I feel like they have a lot in common, but um they ain't gonna ever be cool. We ain't gonna ever see them be cool about it, child. It is what it is. Now, as Toya is having a little conversation, a little kiki with the girl, she joning with the people, having a good time. Our girl Miss Chalet pulls up and she gives a performance for the dolls. Listen, I love her. She is also really big in ballroom. So if anybody knows ballroom culture, she is big in ballroom. So I don't know what house she's in, but she is big in ballroom. So Look up Ballroom, y'all. If you are not familiar with Ballroom, two things I suggest for you to watch. Paris is Burning. Paris is Burning is like that thing that you have to watch. And then watch Pose. Pose on FX will give you a really, really good insight into a lot of the ballroom scene, a lot of that gay culture, queer culture, all of that good stuff. Watch those two, and you will be educated, child. You will know a lot of where the shade, the reading, all of that opulence, all of that comes from, all the lingo that a lot of the girls be using. Paris is Burning. Just get into it. Now, when they are having the conversation, Jackie was like, "Oh, girl, where can I get some of that good rump that you got, that rump shaker?" And Shlay was like, "Oh, girl, this is cornbread fed." Jackie, baby, the only way you gonna get that is if you go to the DR, Jackie. It ain't enough eating cornbread or nothing you can do to have no ass like that, Jackie. And I love me some Dr. Jackie, but Jackie just too thin. Jackie, you wouldn't even look good with a body like that. That body is just too. Jackie, you too precious lamb of God to have a body like that. That's a Megan Thee Stallion body. You need a Clark sisters body. You need a Dorinda Clark Cole body. You need a Shirley Caesar body. You need a who else? A CC Winans type of body. That's the type of body we envision for you, Jackie. We don't envision we don't envision, the Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B body. That's too much for you, Jackie. You are a classy, class act, demure woman. You need a classy type of body. Those bodies are not meant for a woman of your stature. You are placed in the body that God gave you, and that is a good Christian church girl body. Church girl is another theme for good Dr. Jackie. Yes, God. Now, Dr. Jackie had threw some shade when she had said, baby, some of the girls' corn fell in the wrong place. And then Quad had doubled down on the shade, and Quad had said, oh, she must be talking about DrHeavenly. Now, Quad, that shit was good to me. Now, listen, while she doing that, Toya is still working, baby. Toya is still working at getting it started. Now, Toya was like, oh, now, Quad, how are you feeling about the group? She asking Quad, getting it started. And she's like, listen, Jackie gave you a blanket apology because, a lot of us in this group, we give hollow apologies. That ain't got nothing to, that's how we is. That's how we do. And, Jackie gave you that blank check apology, which Jackie, you were shady as shit. Toya was right. Jackie, that was shady as shit. But we ain't going to go against you, Jackie. Now, that's for sure. And now Quad is activated. And Quad talking about she bleeding out. Girl, I didn't know she was Leona, turned into Leona Lewis. Talking about she got a bleeding heart and everything. Baby, she must have turned into a surgeon. She talking about she would cut open, bleeding out, gutted. Listen, Quad, we love you, but you got to let some of these theatrics and dramatics go. What Toya had said, girl, you a bleeding? Oh, that was good to me. Baby, Toya was on point. Like, we couldn't even be serious about the moment because Toya had broke up the scene, which I'm glad she did because y'all know Quad was going to a monologue in a minute. Golly. But when she do it, they be iconic, though. I do live for her good monologues. But after that, they go and sit down and have dinner. And Simone comes over and she tries to talk to Quad. And she tries to let her know, like, listen, girl, sometimes you just need to hear us out. And then, of course, they start interjecting. That is something with me when having a conversation. Allow me to finish my thought. Don't cut me off to try to react to something that I said. Allow me to finish it. And then you give an appropriate response. But anyway, this ain't about me, just about them. But she's saying that Quad needs to take a minute to just hear these ladies, understand where they're coming from, and Quad, you gotta apologize too. Now, don't get me wrong, Simone owes you an apology. She does. But Quad, you have hurt these ladies to a point that you are acting like you got here out of nowhere. You have said that they're not your real friends. You have done things like that. You don't include them in things when you're going out the country, when you are hanging out with your real friends. We see you with Yandy. We see you with all those girls all the time. Only one we really see you hang with is kind of Heavenly from time to time. You don't really hang with anybody else. So it does give those other ladies the impression that you aren't really their friend. So you got to kind of own that as well. So you kind of done this to yourself when you put yourself in this box. And then Toya jumps back in because Simone couldn't get through to her. Simone goes to her seat because she was like, I'm not doing it. Now, Toya jumps in and she's like, listen, you don't stand up for us. You saying that we don't stand up for you. You don't stand up for us. And Quad gives the example of her standing up for DrHeavenly, which I don't know what the hell she did that for. So Contessa jumps in and she was like, oh, when you went against me. And now Contessa, Quad wasn't going against you in that moment. And y'all, I don't want it to seem like I don't like Contessa. I actually really, really like Contessa, and I'm glad to see she's back. But Contessa, the moment that you had with Heavenly when you did like the YouTube channel and y'all sat and watched it, the way you went about it. No one is saying that you were wrong for having the feelings that you had. It was the way you went about it, which was messed up. And for those who are like, oh, well, Heavenly has her YouTube channel. She talks about her. I don't know what just went off in my house. Something to over here ticking and clicking, but we'll figure it out later, child. But here's the thing, Contessa. Or people saying that, Heavenly talks about the girls on her YouTube. She does, right? Heavenly does. But some of the ladies that she has talked about have gone on her YouTube when she's talked about them or has had conversations about the women to their face on her YouTube. Contessa was one of them. So that's where it gets a little tricky with Contessa sometimes because it's like, you were there, you were okay with it in the moment. Then it seems like when the show was getting ready to come back on, you weren't okay with it. From somebody from the outside looking in who did watch Heavenly's YouTube lives and everything. So I do want to put that out there. Now, Heavenly, this is where your ass, Heavenly, you can't win for losing and you can't help yourself. You sitting up here talking about some Quad said that Sweet Tea and Contessa friendship was fake. Now, don't get me wrong. It is. We feel like it is, but we don't know. We ain't there. But that's just how we feel. A lot of us have that feeling, right? But Heavenly, you ain't have to do that. Like, Heavenly, it's sometimes you are a friend to none. Like, Heavenly don't give a damn. Heavenly is going to tell what it is, and that's what it's going to be. So, as they are getting into it, Contessa, you put your finger, and listen, this is what we got to get into it, y'all. This is what we're getting into it. It's the face-off. We got the heavyweight champ Heavenly in one corner, and we got the skeleton key Contessa in the other. Baby, they was going to battle. Let me tell y'all something here. Contessa, you started when you put your hand in her face. You started when you put a hand in her face. Now Heavenly got up. Now when Heavenly got up and Heavenly went low when she said, oh girl, your husband or something about the husband. So then Contessa got up and it got elevated even more. And it just kept going. As he just gonna do what? He just gonna rise. And it just kept on going. Stay with me now. So it kept on going, child. So Contessa, she had to hit back once Heavenly had brought up the husband. She said, let me tell you something. Do you think my husband is abusive? Now, Contessa, this is the thing with Contessa sometimes. It's like, Contessa, we all saw the show. Like, we don't know if he is, but it gave us the impression, I'm going to say this, the editing gave us the impression that he might be verbally abusive to you. It gave us that impression. Now, I don't think he put his hands on you. I don't think that that's what Heavenly is saying. And even on her YouTube, she said, physically, no, verbally, yes. It did appear at some times, or it can appear at some times, allegedly, that he was verbally abusive. Now, we're going to put that out there. Now, my thing is, Contessa, don't ask questions that you don't want the answer to. You asked the question, she gave you the answer. So that's an even. That y'all even now. Y'all got 1 and 1 in each corner, and then y'all got a neutral. So we're going to throw that one out because you asked the question, she gave you the answer. Now, Contessa, when you had said, don't nobody in your family like you, boom, you got an extra point. Then you said you tried to buy the beauty supply store and buy a house to keep your daughter. Boom, Contessa, you got another. Now, Contessa, you was throwing them, girl. Then you said you and daddy sleep in a separate bedroom. Contessa, girl, you got a lot over there in your... Contessa, you was throwing shots, girl. You got a whole bunch of them. And then when you had said... Now, this is when you had did that KO. This is when you did that KO. And then Heavenly had to take that sip of water to get her strength, child. When you had said, and I got it here, Damon has mixed babies with the last names Kynes. Now, Contessa, DrJackie says she don't believe it. Quad is like, oh, girl, where did you getting this information from? Is you making it up? What's going on here? Where's you getting that? Now, y'all, this might be a little long. Do we believe that? I don't know if we necessarily believe. I don't know. I don't think that he does. I feel like it would be so hard for him to, especially if they have the last name. If they have the last name and they live in Atlanta, it'll be really hard for them to hide that. Just saying. It'll be really, really hard for them to hide that. And here's the thing with the Damon cheating. It's kind of similar to, for those who watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, to Marcel and Letitia Scott. Just at this point, show it. If you know the person, if you have the information, just put it out there. Like, why are y'all holding on to it? Because my thing is, at the point where you're mentioning it, it's no difference than you just showing the receipts. It's the same thing. You see, it's going to be the same effect People are going to feel how they feel. But if you have it, drop it. If you don't, leave it alone. So, baby, when Heavenly and her got to argue, Heavenly titties had to make an appearance. Now, Heavenly, that's a point for you because that's just disrespectful. We didn't need to see your titties. Them ladies didn't need to see your titties. Jackie and Simone wasn't operating. They weren't doctors in that moment. They were just trying to be girls, just having them a little snack or something. Jackie's trying to get Heavenly to calm down. Simone trying to get Sweet Tea and Contessa to calm down. Now, Sweet Tea, you did something I ain't like either. Sweet Tea, this had nothing to do with you. You coming over there to Heavenly to say, "Oh, you are abusive." Girl, move. Girl, move. Go, move, girl. Golly. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Be like the other ladies. Either separate or just go and sit down and eat your scallops. And then when you sat down to eat your scallops, you all in your feelings talking about some everybody talking about, girl, please. Go away from us with this, please. You don't got to come back next season. Golly. Maybe come back a little bit. Friend, bring Contessa back full time and make her friend. We'll take that. Now, y'all. Toya was hungry. Toya said, "Babe, let's go. Can we just eat our food and just in peace be still?" Now, they trying to get everybody back to the table. Now, it seems like it's trying to simmer down. And Contessa was still going. Heavenly sitting down. She's trying to eat a little piece of meal. And Contessa had said, "You stupid," or something like that. And then y'all already know. This is when the match was just... This is when it went out of the ring and into the streets. Because Heavenly had said, "Your mama." And y'all know that lady mama is no longer with us. Heavenly goes low. Heavenly is one of those people that you do not... Honestly, Heavenly is one of those people, if you know you have something that really bothers you, that hurts you, don't argue with them. Like, it's certain people in life that you know that you just don't need to get in the ring with because you know that they're going to go low and it's going to hurt your feelings and you know it's going to take you out of character. Those type of people, don't even argue with them. And Heavenly is one of them for Contessa. Contessa gets so emotionally invested into whatever argument she's in. She did it with her husband. She did it with Heavenly. And I think she does it with people, honestly, she cares about. Heavenly, that was low. Heavenly, that was low. But I will say this, Contessa, you were throwing out a lot. And I'm going to say this. Low is different for different people. My low versus somebody else's low could be totally different. So, depending on where Heavenly comes from, and y'all already know Heavenly from Miami, that's what they do. A lot of people say your mama. A lot of people say your mama, and some people it hurts, some people it doesn't. It really just depends on the way the wind blows for some folks. Now, when Heavenly got to back it up and asking for security, that shit was funny as hell. But let me tell you what everybody in this episode made me mad. And y'all need to sit down and have an apology to this woman. Y'all knocked over Coretta Scott King, a.k.a. Jackie. Why would y'all knock that? Y'all know Jackie is as frail as Cecily Tyson, my God. And y'all know y'all shouldn't have knocked that lady over. Jackie is old. And I don't mean no disrespect, Jackie. I love you, Dr. Jackie. If I had the parts to come and see you, baby, I would. But y'all knocked Dr. Jackie over and y'all owe her an apology. I'm sick of this. Now, y'all took it too far. But let me tell you what was funny as hell. When they were sitting in that damn golf cart, Heaven said, "You fell." Y'all, that was funny. I'm sorry. It was funny. Jackie, it's not funny, but it's so funny. Like, this episode gave us so much, y'all. Like, this episode was hilarious. And I'm with Toya when it ends, y'all. We're going to get to the end. Toya is right. Both of y'all went low. Heavenly just went lower compared to you, Contessa. Both of y'all went low. And Contessa's like, "No, y'all keep doing this. Y'all keep saying it's her." Contessa, you say stuff too. You say stuff that you know bothers Heavenly. You do. And you can say what you want to say, but then when she goes low, right? Because you feel like your low isn't as low compared to what she did, but your low hit her very low on the totem pole. So she had to feel like what she had to do to defend herself. Y'all gotta stop arguing with Heavenly like this. Heavenly is that person that you don't even... Child, you just throw some quick surface level shade because you can shut Heavenly up. You can back somebody. You can back Heavenly up off of you. Mariah used to do it. What was that lady named? Janice? Janice used to do a really, really good job of it. And Contessa in her earlier seasons used to do a good job of it as well. But Contessa, I feel like she just really loved that friendship. And it bothers her a lot. So I feel like that's what it is. Y'all, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all, this was an excellent episode of Married to Medicine. Toya was the star of the show to me. Listen, everybody played a part. Toya, Quad, Contessa, Sweet Tea, Jackie with the fall, Simone trying to wrangle the girls in. Everybody played a part. Oh, Phaedra was there. Phaedra ain't play a part here. I forgot she was even there. But everybody else did their damn thing. Y'all, that is my review of Married to Medicine. I thank y'all so much for coming and joining us. If you are new here, thank you so much. If you are subscribing, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, share with a family member, auntie, uncles, grandparents, and come on back, y'all. But until next time, have a good one.